everyone, today I am making cheese spaghetti. This is a recipe that my mother-in-law just concocted, she came up with. She's a very good cook and she likes to experiment, so she's passed it on to me. Something that's very popular in our house. If I made this 3 or 4 times a week, the family would love it. So what you need is you can choose what type of ground meat that you want. She uses ground turkey. I like ground beef just because I'm a beef and potatoes kind of girl. Then you can use ground chicken, whatever you prefer, whatever lean meat that you want, or fatty meat, whatever. Just make sure it's about a pound, pound and a half of the ground meat. And I had some, I buy them, I think I've said this before, I buy in bulk at Sam's, so I had a package in the freezer that I've got going that's starting to brown. I just threw it in here. It's about a pound and a half, give or take. I've got my water boiling for my pasta, what you're going to use. I use angel hair pasta, that's just what I prefer. My mother-in-law uses regular spaghetti. You can use regular thick spaghetti, thin spaghetti, whatever. Then you're going to need 4 cans of this cheddar cheese soup. And the milk that you use, it's a half a can of milk per can of soup that you mix in. And then for your seasonings, you use ground sage and black pepper. So that's pretty much it. So what I'm going to do is, my pasta water is boiling, and I'm just going to throw this in here and get it started. And then I did put a little bit of salt in the water. Always put a little bit of salt in your pasta water. I've got the ground beef going. Pardon me, I'm trying to had this allergy mess going. So what you do, I don't measure my salt or my pepper and my ground sage. You want to put as much or as little as you want. I think my mother-in-law puts a couple tablespoons of ground sage total, but what I like to do is go ahead and sprinkle just a little bit on, and you can see that there's not a whole lot. And then same with the black pepper. I like a lot of black pepper, so it's just going to depend on your preference. So this has been starting to brown on this side, so I'm going to flip this over. Okay, I'm going to attempt to flip this over. And so now that the other side is starting to brown, I'm just going to scrape all this off. And I'm going to season with a little more sage. I don't put a whole lot, but I wanted to season the meat that just was scraped off, and a little bit of pepper. So you just do this every time that you flip your hamburger meat or ground turkey, ground chicken, whatever you prefer. Sausage would even be good. Just make sure you drain it really well. And I would use a plain sausage, or you could use the sausage with sage in it and not even have to use the ground sage and just add your black pepper. So there's endless possibilities there. So I'm just going to keep doing this, flipping it, and adding my pepper, my sage, just a little bit at a time, and come back to you when I'm ready to assemble it. Okay, so my pasta's done and drained. Now my hamburger meat is browned, it's done. I buy the lean 90-10 hamburger meat, so there's really nothing to drain. If you wanted to blot it dry, you could. So I'm going to turn this down I'm going to turn it off for right now. So just make sure nothing's burning. So now is when you want to add your cans of cheese soup. And what I do is I get my little rubber spatula. This works great at getting it all out. And as expensive as this stuff is, I mean, it's over $1 a can. To me, that's expensive for soup. So I want to get as much out as possible. So now I'm going to go ahead and add a full can. Just because I don't want my hamburger meat to burn. So I'm just going to keep adding these cans, and I'll add one more can full of milk. Okay, so I got my whisk out and I'm mixing this all together. Now the reason I put 2 whole cans of milk in here is because I used 4 cans of the soup. So, or the cheddar cheese, whatever. I just call it cheese soup. So for each can of soup, you're going to use half a can of milk. So since I had 4 cans of soup, I used 2 cans. Okay, so now this is the easiest way to do it. Don't just dump it all in at once. You're going to transport it or transfer it little by little, probably a couple scoops at a time. And just whisk it, because if you dump it all in at once, it makes it hard to whisk around. Okay, this is kind of a big glob, so I'm just going to do that. Okay, so I got the last of my noodles in here, and I'm just going to fold this in and get the cheese sauce with the hamburger meat, get all that mixed in. So this is also good. You could use shredded chicken and have a chicken spaghetti, a chicken cheese spaghetti. So I mean, the possibilities are endless on how you can alter this, and I encourage you to go out there and experiment. You know, see what you can try. I'm going to grab a bowl. This is also good with garlic bread. So there you have it. And I want to thank you for watching my videos. I'm sorry I haven't posted a video in a while. The kids started back to school. It's just been a crazy time. I work at a university, and we've started our semester back again. So it's been pretty busy and hectic. And I've had this allergy stuff going on. Haven't felt well, so I got a new video out. So hope you enjoy it. Let me know what you think once you try it. And have a great day. Thanks.